Alright, here is a game, in which Encampment is the draw, period, I guess. So that's not ideal because it means that, getting some of those seems like a pretty good thing to do. It's actually a little bit tough otherwise, just because, there's not really a lot of action support for this, so, somehow you have to both get thin and keep encampments, if you want to kind of build up this, more engine-y deck, which, I guess you probably do. What's your lucky coin money sacrifice? That doesn't seem very good. You want to play Relic against somebody who's doing that, they're not going to get anywhere, so you kind of gotta do this. I think we're opening Cage and something. I'm not actually so convinced that it should be a sacrifice, just because that makes the Cage a little bit less likely to work, but, with putting the silver in with the lucky coin, but I'm not sure there's really other alternatives, and we do have the Scribes thing to help out. Yeah, so here the Cage is largely gonna miss. This is a set aside too, so this is probably actually going to be buying another Cage. Do we want to ditch this lucky coin? Probably. We could take out lucky coin copper, buy Encampment, or buy another Cage. I think we're going to buy another Cage. So what's going to happen here? And then this will probably be an Encampment. We could also think about a Fool. The opponent has one, so there's reason to go up and think that this is going to be somehow somewhat productive. Here I'm just going to go ahead and Cage these three. Go. So now we're thin at least. That's the good news. I'm not exactly sure how it's comparing to opponent. Opponent's been taking one silver. Isn't working with Cage, which seems, I don't know, not ideal, but maybe it'll end up okay. The problem I'm seeing is, if we really end up losing these encampments, what happens? Which is kind of where I'm not particularly pleased. We're going to draw the estate with the card. And we have 6, which I'd kind of like to be a counterfeit. Just to keep clearing copper. But as I say, I am really worried about the encampments, so at the same time, can it really afford to be that? I don't know. We'll find out. Do you have to start buying encampments at some point? Or are we just going to keep all of them by buying gold encampment right here? Hard to say. I have to take this one, right? There's no options to live without. My hope is that you burn an encampment at some point, but I don't know that that's going to happen. I'll just play Fool here. This is fine. I could take a Conspirator, I could take a Sacrifice. What we're going to do this turn is we're going to buy a Plunder. I don't know that a Conspirator is actually that good, just considering where my deck is at, right? We could also pick up another Fool, and we could alternate Patiented Fools, and that way we only have to play one encampment to get Conspirators activated, but I don't know, seems tough. Another Sacrifice might do me okay. We can probably afford to top deck the encampment, and we'll go ahead and buy Plunder. But I can't burn this encampment. Like, I have to be taking those at this point, right? I have to take that one. So that encampment's not getting played just because, I mean, it can't happen. I need this encampment in order to win. Sack. Well, we drew completely this time. Show card. Look at the top four. Do I want to trash a copper? I would be counterfeiting the silver instead. That would get me up to 9. I'd probably be buying... I don't know what I'd be buying. I might want to actually keep the copper and trash a silver is my thought. Buy Plunder plus maybe Relic. Maybe then the second Plunder is fine also. I feel like this game's going to have a really hard time ending, so maybe a Plunder will do me some amount of good. Just like, let's make sure that we see those consistently. But Relic's definitely my next move. So we'll see if I end up. The Wisp is really nice. I'm probably gonna end up living with 2 encampments, which is like fine. I'm much thinner, which is good. I have more plunders, which is good. The question is kind of like how do I get from here to wherever. I'm also thinking Raider might be okay. Just as an aside, like, we're not putting a whole lot of things into play. Yeah. That is a bad wins gift. I mean, I guess we can take it first. What are we discarding? Sat Copper. And Counterfeit Silver. What does that bring us to? What am I even hitting? So this is like 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 14. That seems fine. I don't know that I particularly want the Conspirator over like Sacrifice, but I'm not sure what other options there are. I'm also thinking about taking a second Fool here. I could also take a second Raider right now. Raiders do provide Raider defense, worth noting. We'll just take a second Raider right now. I'm not seeing a real need to have anything else in the deck. Endless Chalice. That's decent. Yeah. Okay, so I can discard any number of these. We're going to draw 2 of them. I don't really need the... Well, I want to draw the Raider, certainly. So maybe I'm going to pick up the Copper and the Raider. And do I want to discard these other ones? Most likely. I mean, I have good stuff in here. Yeah. No Copper play. I could take another Counterfeit. I could take a Conspirator. I could just take Sacrifices and like say I just want to make sure that I'm figuring out how to draw a little bit. I'm also noting that these Raiders aren't doing me a whole lot. I'm going to keep this. Trash that. I mean, here's what the deck does. Not sure where we're really going from here. Yeah, I could just keep adding sacrifices. That seems productive. Like, I'm producing more points per turn than you because I'm thinner. And sacrifices aren't really going to hurt the deck. Patient Fool. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. You're continuing to, like, live with this, 4-card hand. I don't think I want to discard anything. Which is fine, I guess. Oh, do I want to take a province? I can probably live with it. Something like province sacrifice here. Oh, cages. Actually, I can't do that. I want to take cage province in that case. If I think I'm going to be taking provinces, I could just try to keep drawing down piles. Is my other alternative. Maybe I don't play the counterfeit and I like go after a loot. I'm also trying to figure out, like, can I make this into a game end? I think I'm just going to keep trying to do oppression. And hope for the best here. Raider. Woods, don't discard. Okay. It's scary. Just keep taking sacrifices. I could add conspirators at some point. Maybe another counterfeit. I kind of want an extra buy. Clearing the minus coin token is actually kind of bad for you. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what my second pile could be. Like, can I go after cages? Can I go after whatever? Like, this is fine, right? We don't have a raider, but oh well. I can take maybe cage province right now. I don't know how well next turn's drawing is the problem. Hopefully okay. Enough. I'm also kind of worried about getting raidered. Okay, looks like that's not happening. Encampment play. I haven't found the cage, which is tempting me to sack this fool to try and find it. I still didn't. So that kind of stinks, but, like, at this point I think we're just on to try to make stuff work. We can play both raiders. We're likely hitting province next turn. Like, in this case, we can cage away sack province, buy province. That'll put sacrifice in the next hand, which is fine. I could also boon, try to get a boon. I'm just gonna see how this one would play out a little bit. I think I was doing, like, it was slow, but I think I was doing better just because, like, I had the early thinning. I think we'd actually skip Lost in the Woods here and cage away these two. That might actually be best. But yeah, probably cage away like these two, play these separately by province, move these into the next hand. Look, you finally got a turn when the bot was playing it. And at this point it gets kind of ugly, but I'm not sure, like, where you can go. Sure, let's buy sacrifice, play raider. I wonder if I'm ever hitting, well, I am hitting 8 again. That's probably approximately how it would have turned out. It's just kind of a weird game because you can't really draw, so you have to get so thin. And for, however long I had that, just because of the opening cages, which I think ended up being really necessary, Also not counterfeiting lucky coin. That was kind of a weird move by you, just because, like, it puts the silvers into the deck. So, like, despite having fewer encampments, just being thinner and being really, really conservative about, making sure I was continuing to draw, play my plunders, build up the point lead. I think that's where that one really turned. And sometimes you gotta, gut it out like that. Games can be pretty brutal. So that was one of those, and I'll see you all